Junction 35 sells vodka, moonshine, and whiskey, but kids are welcome too. Welcome to Bear Facts, where we explore the Smoky Mountains one bear fact at a time. Okay, so the introduction might have been a little dramatic, but it's true. Junction 35 is a bar and restaurant in the Smoky Mountains that proudly serves both adults and families and invites them to enjoy their establishment. But who is Junction 35? What's their story? And is it really okay to bring your children there? Let's look into this newest restaurant and explore their story, menu, and environment. There are many people who might be surprised to note that you can find very few bars that don't sell food in the Smoky Mountains. Considering the history of Moonshine, you might have thought that there would be a bar on every corner. But the truth is that if an establishment doesn't sell food or is for sampling only, you're not going to find any. And that's said to be due to a very influential figure in the community, Dolly Parton. Though it's not a law that I know of, what started as a way to support her stand against alcohol abuse due to her own childhood grief became an unspoken rule in the Smoky Mountain area. Bars just don't exist in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and so far as I know, Sevierville. I'm not saying that places don't sell liquor, but these places either have to have a grill or are for sampling only. And there's a lot of sampling opportunities in the Smoky Mountain cities. All you have to do is just walk a few feet in any direction once you're in Gatlinburg. There are well over half a dozen moonshine or wine sampling locations along the 441 Parkway right outside the gates of the mountains. In Pigeon Forge and Sevierville, though those places are more scattered, it's the same story. So it makes sense that places that sell liquor will try to find a way to draw in customers. Most of these places are only about the samples, but when you create that kind of environment, you lose a major demographic, families. So why not make your establishment a place that you can sample, sell, and feed everyone? Now that sounds like a great idea. And this is the very feature that makes Junction 35 stand out. They are the first establishment of its kind in Tennessee. Their words, not mine. They have both a restaurant and sampling bar. Why didn't anyone else think of this? The restaurant has created an environment that people of all ages can enjoy legally. Junction 35 got its name from the Junction 35 railroad station between Pigeon Forge and Sevierville. If you're familiar with the history of moonshine, then you might know that the stuff was illegal until just a few decades ago. Made from corn or barley, the stuff wasn't much better than drinking gasoline and probably just as toxic. Moonshiners would go to any length to distribute their toxic concoctions. Boats, carts, donkeys, or trains, any form of transportation that could be thought of was used. Junction 35 was a slowing point for the trains as it passed through the area. So the moonshiners would use this as their smuggling point as a distribution method. This area was also known as a gathering point where people could get together and hang out. So unless you knew anything about the history in the area, most people wouldn't understand the connection between trains and their decor and logo in the name at Junction 35. I had no idea about that until I did my little due diligence and researched the establishment. I think it's kind of neat that they did that, but the name is a connection to the history of the region as well as its culture and heritage. Jake McGinnis is the face of the company and the master distiller. His profile is brief, but says that he's been distilling since he was 5 years old, and it's his true passion. The other owners of the restaurant are not really talked about. Instead, they put a face on the people like Jake, who are the creators, not just investors, staying in the background. I kind of respect that about them. The distillery did make news during the 2020 COVID epidemic when the company started producing hand sanitizers to keep their employees working and help with the massive shortage of hand sanitizers during the time. Apparently in the past, moonshiners would actually do the same thing to help out during medical crises. that was a bit of cool information I learned. Junction 35 has 2 locations. One is in the Mountain Mile Mall in Pigeon Forge behind the island, and the other, newest location is in the Tanger Outlet Center. Both locations have free parking, though you might have more luck finding parking at the Mile Mountain Mall. Tangers can get crazy busy at times. I have actually only been to the Tangers location, so all the footage of the inside is from this location. We have been to Junction 35 in Mountain Mile Plaza plenty of times, or we've passed by it. My suggestion to the management at that location would be to advertise the restaurant part better. We never went inside because we just weren't interested in sampling and had no idea it was a full-scale, full-service restaurant. Both locations have a kitchen and a bar, and the menus are basically the same. When you enter the Tangers location, you'll see a large bar that acts as a separation between the bar and restaurant. The space is very large and airy, and they have a contemporary decor with a distinct steampunk vibe with the trains and clock theme. They combine brick, patterned tiles, and wood to give you an old and new feel. If you plan on just dining, there is a host that will seat you. If you're more interested in sampling, you just head over to the left side. Junction 35 has a variety of different products, from whiskey to moonshine. Their prices are on par with most places in the area, but don't expect a deal. They aren't cheap. You can usually get a discount if you buy more than one thing, but at that point, you're really shelling out the dough. They have other products as well, such as pickled okra, wild pickles, asparagus, salsa, and different seasonings and rubs you can make your own barbecue with. And you can even get a candle or magnet if you're looking for a non-alcoholic souvenir. The store part of the restaurant also sells their signature brand of barbecue sauce they give guests during their dining experience. They have a large sampling bar with items that change daily, and there is a sampling list above you that has everything from vodka, moonshine to whiskey. The cost is $5, but most people spend more on the tip than the nominal fee. The distillery also sells cocktail mixers and bourbon. Since I really don't drink much, I didn't sample their products. I think I would have liked to try their craft cocktails, but at the time I really wasn't in the mood. Though if you have tried any of these things, please let us know about your experience in the comments. Either way, people seem to like them, so let's just go with that. We did get the food there. There is a distinct barbecue theme to the menu, very heavy on the carnivore side. If you are a vegetarian or vegan, you might not find a big selection to choose from, but there are enough things for even vegetarians to eat there. So whenever a restaurant touts themselves as artisan, I become very leery. And Junction 35 likes to identify as a higher quality establishment with their food and liquor. But I have to say I was pleasantly surprised. They actually do seem to be creating a menu of items that are a little bit more different and better quality. Looking over the menu, you will notice that they have tried to meet their own standards. Though they are on the little pricier side, they actually are more expensive than most places in the area. This is a sit-down, full-service location. My husband and I went during a busy time of the year, but we didn't have a problem getting in during lunch. Not sure how things look during dinner times, but I'm sure it gets pretty busy. No surprise, but we tried the cheese curds, and I really enjoyed them. They were crispy on the outside and gooey in the middle, and had good flavor. My ever-adventurous husband had the burger. He is very hard to please and is an extremely picky eater. He said it was okay, which is high praise from him. I tried the Tennessee brisket dip with their signature barbecue sauce on the side. I really enjoyed it and would consider it, trying it again. I like barbecue more than my hubby, so getting him to even go to this place was a chore. Either way, the brisket was hot, juicy, and very tender. If you have been watching my channel, you might notice that I don't really give much an opinion about the places we go to. I like to look for background information and give a few facts. But I will tell you if there's any glaringly obvious issues with the establishment. To be honest, we didn't have anything other than a decent experience, good service, and respectable food. I would like to try the Mountain Mile location in the future, and I'll let you know how that goes if we try it again. So, is it a family-friendly environment as they advertise? I wouldn't have a problem bringing my child here, though he is in his 20s, so it's already legal. But they have done an excellent job making things clean and well lit. No seedy bar scene here. And they actually have a kids menu. So yeah, I feel that it's family friendly enough. And I really like the cheese curds as well as the meal I picked. My husband was okay with his and grudgingly said he would go back. So kudos to the chef. I hope this video helps you plan your visit to the Smoky Mountains. Please note that we at Bearfacts do not get paid for our videos. You're getting an honest review from our personal experiences. But facts and things change, so please keep us in the loop if you learn anything new and want to share your experiences in the comments. Thanks again for visiting us at Bearfacts of the Smoky Mountains. Please click that like button and subscribe to our channel.